Hi everyone, welcome to our channel. Today we will be discussing about secretions of digestive system. Next we will discuss about the gastric secretion. So first we will discuss about the structure of stomach. So let's imagine this is the stomach. It consists of cardiac part, fundus, body or corpus, then it consists of pyloric part. In pyloric part, it consists of antrum, in which the body or corpus ends, and it consists of pyloric canal. It consists of a pyloric sphincter. Then in cardiac region, it consists of cardiac sphincter. So next we will discuss about the walls of stomach. We have already discussed in the digestive system. It consists of 4 layers, that is inner mucus, submucus, then muscular layer, then fibrous or serous layer, which is covered by the peritoneum. Then we will discuss about the glands which are present in the stomach. So first, it consists of fundic glands, which is present in the fundus region. Then it consists of pyloric gland, which is present in the pyloric region. Then it consists of cardiac glands. So let's discuss about the cells which are present in these glands. So in fundic glands, it consists of pepsinogen or chief cells. Then parietal cells or oxyntic cells. Then endocrine cells, mucus neck cell, then enterochromaffin cells, that is EC cells, enterochromaffin like cells, that is ECL cells. So these are the cells which are present in the fundic region. So what about pyloric region? It consists of G cells, EC cells and ECL cells. In cardiac region, it consists of EC cells, ECL cells, and it contains some amount of chief cells also. So then we will discuss about the secretions of these all cells. Parietal cells. It secretes HCl and intrinsic Castile factor. Then pepsinogen or chief cells. It secretes pepsinogen, renin, gelatinase, urease and lipase. Then EC cells, they secrete serotonin. Then ECL cells, they secrete histamine. Then mucous neck cells, it secrete mucin. Then what's the next one? In enteroendocrine cells, we have G cells that secrete gastrin. Then D cells that secrete somatostatin. And D A cells which secretes glucagon. So that's all about the secretion of the cells. Next we will discuss about the digestive function of the secretion. First one, pepsinogen, or it is activated by HCl and it is converted into pepsin. It helps in the breakdown of proteins to polypeptides. Then second one, that is urease. It helps in the conversion of urea to ammonia. Then gelatinase. It converts collagen of meat into peptides. Then gastric amylase. It helps in the conversion of starch to dextrin and maltose. Then the final one, gastric lipase. It helps in the conversion of triglycerides to fatty acids. So that's all about the digestive function of these secretions or enzymes. Next we will discuss about the properties. First one, volume. 1200 to 1500 ml is secreted per day. Then the pH. It is highly acidic. Its pH ranges from 0.2 to 0.9 to 1.2. Then specific gravity. It is 1. So that's all about the properties of gastric secretion. Next we will discuss about the disorders. First one, it is gastritis. It is inflammation of gastric layers. It usually occurs due to H. pylori, smoking and chronic alcoholism. Then gastric atrophy. It is the shrinkage of the gastric glands and muscles. It sometimes leads to the condition called which means total absence of gastric secretion. Then third one, it is peptic ulcer. It is erosion of one or more layers of stomach or intestine. In chronic peptic ulcer, it may also lead to perforation of the stomach wall. It may lead up to the fibrous layer of the stomach. Then Zollinger-Ellison syndrome. It is the it occurs due to the tumor of pancreas in which gastric secretion, especially HCl, is markedly increased. So that's all about the Zollinger-Ellison syndrome. Next we will discuss about the phases of gastric secretion. It usually consists of three phases, that is cephalic, gastric and intestinal. In humans we have the fourth phase, that is called as interdigestive phase. Cephalic phase contribute about 30% of secretion, and in gastric phase 60% of is secreted, and in intestinal phase 10%, 9 to 10% is secreted, and in interdigestive phase 1% is secreted. So in cephalic phase it is further divided into through two types, that is secretion due to conditioned reflex and unconditioned reflex. In unconditioned reflex, by seeing the food or by smelling the food, the gastric juice is secreted, that is secretion due to unconditioned reflex. In conditioned reflex, when the food is in the mouth, the gastric juice is secreted, that is conditioned reflex. It is controlled by the nervous mechanism, that is vagus nerve. When vagus nerve is stimulated, the cephalic phase starts. Then in gastric phase, it is controlled by both nervous and hormonal. In nerves, vagus nerve helps in the stimulation, and in hormonal, gastrin helps in the stimulation of gastric phase. Then in intestinal phase, it is totally hormone based. First, the stimulation is secreted by the gastrin and it is inhibited by the secretin. Gastric phase starts when the food enters the stomach. It is in the mouth, cephalic phase in the mouth. Gastric phase starts when the food enters or the chyme enters the stomach. The intestinal phase starts when the chyme enters the intestine. Then interdigestive phase. It is the phase in which the gastric juice secrete in between meals or in case of fasting. It is case of fasting or in between meals. So that's all about the gastric secretion.